Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and we are going to continue with our 100 days of DevOps. We are currently in the third phase, which is the CI/CD. We are focusing on CI, that's continuous integration, for this particular phase, and we've been on it for, I think today should be the fourth day. I think today is the fourth day or thereabout. So we've taken our time to understand what CI/CD means. We've looked at what CI means. We've looked at what CD means. We've looked at the tools that we can use, and we are currently focusing on one of the tools right now, one of the CI tools, which is Jenkins. We've installed Jenkins, we've taken a brief tour around Jenkins, and yesterday we've been able to write pipelines. At least we wrote a few pipelines, and we are going to continue in that progression. So yesterday we just did random pipelines, we just wrote random things, and then we tested it and ensured that it was working. So what we're going to do now is that we are going to incorporate, remember from our Docker stage, we built a small logging app called LoggerBuddy, which we used for Docker practice, and then we also used for Docker Compose. Yes, so we are still going to be working with that application, and we are going to see how we can incorporate CI/CD or CI for now into that particular project. So I welcome you once again. If you're seeing this video for the first time, so what we're trying to do is that we're trying to cover DevOps in 100 days. I think today should be day 40, either 45 or 46 or thereabouts. I can't I've lost track actually. So but I know we are between 30 to 45 days right now. This is the third phase. And we are currently doing CI/CD. The main purpose of this 100 days series is to actually help others that are trying to learn DevOps to be able to, get their hands on things, start somewhere with a little knowledge, and from there they can develop themselves and go on to be exceptional DevOps engineers. And the purpose of this channel as a whole is basically to talk about things that related to cloud, related to DevOps, and tech in general. We'll have other contents rather. So once this series is done, then we can look into other things. And even while we are still doing this series, we might still have one or two other things to actually chip in. So not to waste your time, what we are going to do today is that we are going to just set up the skeleton, that's the pipeline skeleton for our LoggerBuddy app. So for my slide here, we see what the CI steps are going to be. So we are going to try and set up a skeleton for all of that. But before that, we do not have a GitHub repository for our source code. So what we are going to do is that we are going to create a GitHub repository first off, and then we are going to link it to the folder that houses the source code. So I'm just going to create a new repository here, and I'll call it what did we call it? Let me do ls. Okay, so we have logger app. Okay, so I'll put it here. Logger app is available. Let me see. Logger app source code. That's for the README. We want our repository to be public, except if you explicitly told that your repository should be private. So we are going to go ahead and create the repository. That should take less than 30 seconds for it to be done. Okay, so our repository is created. So what we are going to do next is that we are going to link it to our folder. So we already have the folder here. So when I do ls, I have everything here. So I'll initialize Git. So let me do git init. Okay, so Git has been initialized. So let me do Git status. Okay, we're yet to. These are files that are yet to be committed to our repository. Remember, we've not added the repository. So if I do git remote -v, I'm seeing there is no repository that has been added, even though we have initialized Git. So what we're going to do is that we're going to add that our repository. Since we already have the source code on our laptop, so there's no point trying to, if you want to clone, you can just use git clone. You understand? But git clone works in a situation whereby you already have the source code on your GitHub repository and you just want to move everything to your own laptop. You understand? But if you have it on your laptop and you've created a repository, a remote repository, you can just link that particular file or folder to your remote repository. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to use git remote add, and we want it to be our origin, and we just paste the address of our repository. So once I do that, it has added it. So now once I do git remote -v, you can see that we now have both push and pull to that repository. So I just want to ensure to make this the main branch. So when I do git branch, git branch, git branch, git branch, supposed to see in branch. Okay, let me do git status, git add. Let me add everything. Okay, let me commit, and then we have our first message. Let's say updating remote repository. Okay, so it has added all of this. And I'll say git push. So we want to push from our local repository to remote repository. So it's supposed to ask me for my username, and yes, it's going to ask me for my username. And it's going to ask for password. So GitHub does not support no plain password again. So what we need to go and do is to get a personal access token, which you can come down here and click on that should be on settings. So you click on settings, you come down and you click on developer settings, and then you'll see your personal access token. You can do classic token. So you can create a new token. You can create a new token. You can see 100 days of DevOps. You can set expiry to be 30 days. So after 30 days, this token will not be working again. So you just click your repo. You can click on workflow. You can click on this, and I think that should be all. Yeah, so generate token. So it gives you a one-time token. Once you copy and would come here, and then when I come here and yes, I come here and I paste it and I press enter. So it's supposed to push, reject, because the remote contains work that you do not have locally. Okay, good. So you're supposed to do. The reason why I'm having this is because I already have what do you call it? I already have a README file on the remote repository. So it contains work that I do not have locally. So I don't have that readme locally. So I will just do git pull. So it pulls it. Okay. So when I do ls, what is saying? There's no tracking information for the current branch. Git branch. Am I having this? Okay. Git pull. You have a divergent branch, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let me merge it. Git config. So Git has given me options that I can use to resolve the conflict. Pull. So I want to merge it to git config pull dot rebase false. Okay, so git pull origin main. Okay, refusing to merge unrelated histories. Git branch. Okay, let me see if I can push again. Put my token. It is still not merging, so I will use the second option, git config pull rebase true. Git pull. There is no tracking, blah blah blah. So you branch you want to rebase against. Okay. Git pull remote and then branch. Git pull origin main. So let's see. Okay, successfully rebase and updated, blah blah blah. So I have my readme. So when I cut my readme, I see that everything is up to date. So now I can push. I've been able to pull. Now I can push. Let me push. These are some of the challenges that you might actually face. You don't have to worry so much. You can just resolve it. Most times these tools tell us what to do. You can see I tried to merge it, but it wasn't working. So if merge is not working, you can try rebase. So if merge doesn't work, rebase will work. So I tried merge did not work. I tried rebase worked. Merge basically did not work because you're supposed to merge one branch against another branch, and we have just one branch there, so merge did not work. But rebase is basically taking your local branch and then making it align with your remote repository rather. Yeah, so that worked and I've been able to push. So if I should come here and let me see. So I need view organization repositories. Okay. So I have my logger app here. So you can see that everything is there. And I noticed an error. My env file was updated also, which should not be the case. So what do? I create a git ignore, a git ignore file. If you followed my videos on version control, that's git and all of that, I covered this, what git ignore means and all of that. So you create a git ignore, and you basically git ignore, yeah. So just put dots env. So when I do git status, okay, git add, git commit, create a message, and I can just put git ignore, and then I push, git push -u origin main. It's definitely going to ask for my username. There's a way to actually stop it, prevent it from asking for the username and your password every time. But I really don't want to do that right now, because that is not the purpose of, this is not a Git video, right? I just wanted to push it to the repository so that I can be able to, start writing the framework and to confirm that Jenkins can actually reach my GitHub repository. This is supposed to, why did it not work? Why did it not work? Okay, so I'm going to look into that later. So let me not get distracted from the purpose of this particular video. So we're here to start with the framework of our app. So the first thing to do is pipeline. First of all, you define that you want to write a pipeline, and then everything goes inside your pipeline. So you can see it's already giving me a snippet of what I'm supposed to do. So this makes it, once you have those extensions installed on your VS Code, it makes it easier for you to write a lot of these things, to write a Jenkins file, to write a YAML file. It makes it very, very easier. So what I'm just going to do is that I'm not going to stress myself so much. I'm just going to accept everything that is suggested to me and just make a few changes. So the first thing we want to do is to check out code. It's already telling me what I'm supposed to do, and what I want to do here is I want to, okay, no, let me just test. Okay, we can leave it as tests. Okay, then can change this to build image, and echo will be building. And next we need to add more stage. We're going to have stage of let me check this again. So what I want to do now is want to push to remote registry. Okay, so like I said, your CI stops when you push your image to your remote repository. That is where your CI stops, except in cases where you are using GitOps, where you have one extra stage where you have to update your GitOps repository, right? But if you're just doing normal CI, your CI stops when you push to remote repository. So this is what we are going to be doing. We are going to check out the code. We are going to test the code. I think there should be one extra stage. Which is the scanning. You need to scan for any issues, any vulnerabilities. Image scan. Should the scan come before build? I think the I think the scan should come before build. I'll confirm that. I'll confirm which comes first if the scan comes before. I can't like really remember right now. So this is the framework of what we are going to work with. So we're going to fill this up with as time goes on. So I want to quickly try out something. I don't want to, let's see, echo checking out code, and let me see, and let's see git clone. I want to put the repository. I'm trying to confirm if this syntax is correct. Okay, so let's see if it works. So we'll come to our dashboard and our test pipeline. We just want to test before we start writing, before we start having a Jenkins file in which Jenkins can actually read from our GitHub repository. So let's configure it and see if it's going to work. Okay. So see. All right, so let's build. No, I'm not building with parameters. We save and we build. So let's see if it works fine. Okay. It failed, and I want to see why it failed. Okay, yes, I was expecting for it to fail here because I wasn't really sure that this was the correct way to actually write it. So well, that's just all for today. I'm going to sort this out, and by tomorrow we'll start filling in these things and then start seeing how it's working like for real. So thank you for sticking by. I hope you've learned one or two things today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.